It is a discouraging reality that many people in Maine and New Hampshire cannot afford 3 decent meals a day. Some can't even afford 1 decent meal.
But there are other people who are an inspiration because they're addressing that problem. And at a nonprofit in Portsmouth, they're doing it in a thoughtful and innovative way. At the warehouse of the nonprofit Gather in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, trucks roll in daily. Loaded with fruits, breads, vegetables, meat, poultry, and more. This is part of a program called Seacoast Waste Not, which was created in 2024 with 2 goals: to save food that would otherwise get thrown out and to use it to make nutritious, fully prepared meals.
Then when we started to think about how that might actually look in practice, there's some hurdles that we had to overcome.
The food goes from the warehouse to the kitchen next door, where Gather employees and volunteers work 5 days a week, making 600 to 800 fully prepared meals a day. There's a misconception that much of the food that's donated is low-grade stuff, the kind you'd rather avoid.
The quality of the food is just what you'd get at a restaurant. It's the same product that they use in commercial settings. It's all incredibly high quality.
The food that's donated comes from restaurants, caterers, and cafeterias, but mostly from suppliers, distributors, and manufacturers. Gather never knows what it's going to get.
We have donors from all over. We have Cheese Louise, who came in just yesterday and then on Friday too. And they're like, we've got 80 grilled cheese sandwiches. We have them right on the cart there. And we're like, all right, sure, we'll use those.
One source of food might surprise you. Maine Coast Fishermen's Association's program called Fishermen Feeding Mainers, which was loading up a truck at the free-range fish and lobster store on the Portland waterfront. This program goes into high gear when the price of fish falls dramatically.
We can step in and we can buy that fish for a price that makes sure the boat is going to make a little bit of money. We then pay processors to cut and freeze that fish, and then we donate it to food insecure communities and schools.
The Fishermen Feeding Mainers program provides a certain stability to some of its partners.
Yeah, 100%, especially in the wintertime when, it's quiet, it's dead, but these fishermen still have to go fish. And it, in turn, gives my guys something to do.
Fishermen Feeding Mainers hands over 250 to 300,000 pounds of fish a year, which is gratefully received by people in need.
I mean, we've had people that have just actually broken down in tears because they have not had access to fresh local haddock in such a long time.
Back in the Gather kitchen, the crew was preparing a recent delivery of fish.
And you've got just a beautiful little roulade of fish
from Maine.
I mean, this food is just gorgeous, especially when we go to put it in these boxes here. It's just, you can't find dinners in the supermarket that look like the food that we serve here.
Right next to the kitchen is another part of the operation, the pantry market, where anyone can come in and get prepared meals free of charge. Part of Gather's philosophy of providing food in a welcoming and dignified manner to people who need it. The goal in 2027 is to provide in the market and in mobile units that go out into the community 250,000 meals.
The need's is not going away, and in fact we're seeing more and more of a demand for access to food and in particular access to ready prepared meals.
The numbers are big, but sometimes it's what a single person says that really hits home.
And I'll actually tell you a quick story about a 91-year-old male who comes to our pantry, and he actually told our director that our meals are what's keeping him alive.
How does that make you feel when you hear that?
Blessed to be able to do what I do.
There's a lot going on there with several programs in different roles. Gather, Seacoast Waste Not, the Maine Coast Fishermen's Association, and Fishermen Feeding Mainers. We've got information on all of them in the 207 section of our News Center Maine app and website.
And one other note, right now there's a donor who will match any donations made to Fishermen Feeding Mainers. The match will make any contributions go even farther and help the program prepare more meals. What a wonderful thing.
They're doing a great job.